Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
A medieval knight returning home from the Crusades encounters death. The knight challenges death to a game of chess as he struggles to cope with his wavering faith in God in Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. Hello, welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 140.
Right?
I think so.
Okay.
Should
Oh, no, you're right. I
Yeah.
saw 181 a minute ago, and I thought that was where we were at. But that's your
your
drawing.
yes,
Your daily drawing.
yes. But I'm pretty sure we did 139 last week. I'm pretty sure that was Takio.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is episode 140. Confirmed.
We're so sure. We're so sure.
The Seventh Seal. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
It's a clusterfuck already.
Yeah, this is a good way to start. What's up, sir?
No, not much. I have a little bit of a headache, Foreman.
I do as well.
Yeah?
I've had it for about 2 hours.
Really?
3 hours. 'Cause it was
Really?
before the movie.
Huh. I think mine... Actually, I know exactly why I have got my headache.
Lack of caffeine?
No. I've had caffeine today.
No.
Mine comes from, sometimes when you hang around a group of friends and you have such a good time that, you laugh a lot, and sometimes that laugh causes pain.
See, that's why people shouldn't laugh.
Nope.
Laughter is the worst medicine.
Yeah. That is kind of what it feels like in my head.
Yeah. Really? Is it seriously because you're
Yeah,
laughing?
uh-huh.
Wow.
We did something today. We're not going to talk about it. But, you, me, some of our friends, we all got together earlier in the day.
It was an orgy.
It was an orgy. We had a good time. I laughed at everybody's penises.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a headache now, because I was laughing way too hard at everyone's genitals.
That was the only thing hard, was the way you were laughing.
Oh, I'm impotent.
Yeah. Oh, my headache's coming back. And so is your flaccid penis. No, okay, well, we won't spoil it, but we will maybe give a clue. We recorded a thing that will air later.
Yes,
And
indeed.
And we're pretty excited about it,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do.
but it's not quite ready yet.
Oh, won't be ready for a while.
It's like a beautiful baby cherub that
Yeah.
you're just now, rubbing oil into its crevices. And then eventually it will sprout its wings and fly the death dance.
Okay. All right. But yeah, we had a fun time this afternoon, and yeah, seriously, because of the excessive amount of laughing, I believe that is the reason why I have a headache.
That's cool, though.
And that started about 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mine too. That is weird. So, we should, whenever we have a big laugh fest like that, we should always immediately follow it up with an Ingmar Bergman. Ingmar. Wow. Ingmar Bergman
Yeah. I
movie.
think it's all about balancing.
Mm-hmm. A yin-yang.
Yeah, we had such a good time this afternoon that we had to watch the most dark and depressing movie ever made. And also, possibly one of the slowest. Spoiler!
It's slow.
I fell asleep.
Did you really?
Oh, multiple times.
Wow.
Most of the scene in the tavern. Don't know what happened.
Oh, you missed all the CGI 3D special effects. It put Avatar to shame. It was crazy. I put on my glasses and everything because the little thing pops on. You see a Death's head with 3D glasses on the screen. It says, "Put on your glasses now."
Yeah, I must have missed that.
Yeah. Oh, you nodded off.
Oh, well. I'll get you the remake.
Mm-hmm. The Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The Seventh Seal.
Seventh Seal, Ingmar Bergman. First of his movies I've ever seen. Some argue that this may be his best film. Not buying the hype.
Really?
Yeah.
This was the first and second and most recent Ingmar Bergman film I've ever seen.
Really?
I saw it once, like 10 years ago. Excuse me. I don't know. Again this evening.
I've never seen any of his other films.
Nope. Never have.
Hour of the Wolf.
I did. I'd seen
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Oh, see, I was gonna do one too.
Right.
But I think he only wrote Muppets. I don't think he actually directed it.
Right.
Yeah. That was Toby Hooper.
What movie were you gonna say to be funny?
I was gonna go Critters.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty similar.
Really?
It's like the dark version of Muppets Take Manhattan. You know? I mean, they still sing and dance and have cute little odds and end problems, but
right.
One of them dates a chicken. There's a lot of similarities. So you thought it was pretty slow?
I thought it was really slow. Yeah. But I also don't think it was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Just kind of meandered a lot.
Yeah, but I mean that sort of mirrored the main character and his mindset, really. Because I mean, it's hard to make a movie about a guy contemplating death that's unless Terry Gilliam did it,
right?
Maybe it's hard to.
I get what you're saying, but like right at the beginning of the movie, I was fairly certain that I may have ripped that off. Sorry, folks. I just got distracted by things on my computer, and now I'm just really sad.
Oh, well, this plays in perfectly to the mood of the movie.
What was I? Oh yeah,
At the beginning of the movie,
at the beginning of the movie, I thought that maybe this was going to be a fairly briskly paced movie because it wastes no time in introducing the character of Death and the chess game.
I know. I thought that was going to be something that came halfway through from what I remembered of the movie.
Right.
But yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. So I was expecting something, I guess, a little more quicker, just based on that entirely.
Yeah.
I guess we should, even though we've already done it prior to the show starting, talk about the movie and the plot. It's basically about a knight coming back from the Crusades to return to his family when he encounters Death, who is ready to take him. The knight challenges to a game of chess, and for mysterious reasons of his own, and along the way picks up 49 other travelers.
He's probably lonely. He's just been
he's got a squire.
He's been killing heathens for 10 years.
Yeah, but he's got a squire.
That's true.
He's got that guy with the awesome facial scar.
Oh yeah, he's like a really badass Cary Grant.
Yeah, kind of like a Swedish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stubbly Cary Grant that likes to hiss like a cat whenever he's mad. He did it multiple times in the
Yeah,
film.
yeah, he did. And also likes to just randomly threaten rape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, I totally could have raped you just now.
yeah,
That's a good pickup line. I mean, it worked,
yeah.
you know?
I think I'm a lonely guy. Maybe I should try that approach.
Yeah, just be like, you know what? Hey, baby, I totally could have raped you just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it works.
But maybe you need the scar. It has to couple with the scar, you know?
Oh.
Because, like, broads like the dangerous
Right.
types.
After the show tonight, what do you think about just?
I'll scar you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, hit it.
Sweet. Fist bump. That guy was awesome, though.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
one of the best characters in the movie. I think.
Yeah. Gotta say, he's probably one of the best characters in any movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a really strong character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that perfect balance of repugnant and likable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And looked awesome.
I'm kind of like Rolf in Bergman's Muppets Take Manhattan.
Right.
Yeah. It's a recurring character. You know? But the main character, I would say also pretty likable.
Oh yeah. I would say he really didn't have any unlikable parts about him.
I mean, other than his
he
like,
was
his,
kind of
like
dreary and,
Yeah.
and solemn.
yeah,
But,
his like general mood was kind of
yeah. But I'm dreary and solemn, and still there's the occasional person who likes me.
right. Wow, this guy was like you. He even told people to stop singing.
Yeah. And quite frankly, there's a lot of fucking singing in this movie.
There's a little bit of singing. I wouldn't say a lot.
No, any amount is a lot.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. For you, there's a lot.
Yes.
There's like a traveling minstrel and juggler, and they have a couple of songs.
Yeah, and then there's the I don't know what they're called exactly, but like the people who flagellate themselves. That giant group of people who are all whipping themselves and carrying crosses and
The
skulls.
masochists.
Yeah.
Masochists for Jesus.
Yeah. They were singing. They had
Yeah.
a song, a lengthy song,
It's true.
and a lengthy monologue.
Yeah, that guy was never going to shut up.
No,
about
he was
all
not.
the different sinners and whatnot.
Yeah.
because this guy with the plague is traveling through, telling everyone, the reasons that they should be. And he's like laughing maniacally the whole time. He's telling everyone about how they're all going to die. And,
Right.
And he was pretty dark. That
Yeah.
fella.
Pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say this movie is intense.
Yeah. Ooh, intense but slow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a rare coupling.
It is a rare couple. So much so that when it stops being intense, I passed out.
Yeah. See, I thought it was slow, but not in a bad way. Like I thought it pretty much perfectly matched the story.
Right. It could just be I'm tired. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, again, I'm not saying that this is a bad movie. I'm just saying that I just happen to fall asleep a couple times.
Right. There's a lot of reading. It's
Oh, that's true. That's true.
is it Swedish?
It's Swedish.
Yeah.
Birthplace of death metal,
Nice.
as the jugglers can attend.
The Juggalos? Those are the ICP fans.
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. They were the whatever.
That would be awesome if there was like a traveling juggler group in this movie. Juggled and like drink Faygo for the
Right.
the sick people. The plague ridden. No, but it seemed too it was spoiler or whatever. It was more about the family that it opens up on and kind of closes with.
Right.
Because even though there's this other guy freaking out about death the whole time, this other guy at the very beginning sees this vision of life and he gets all super stoked, and
Right.
he ends up being really the people at the beginning that are all excited about life seem like the only ones that are happy at the end, which I
Right.
thought that was a pretty good message. Yeah.
Right. And I wouldn't say that the main guy, Antonius Block, I don't think he was freaking out about death. He was.
He'd seen a lot of death.
He'd seen a lot of death. He was perfectly willing to accept the fact that death was coming from him. He was, I think, more freaking out about just what was on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, his basic gist was that he wants to believe in God, but
Right.
after all he's seen in the Crusades, he couldn't believe in God.
Right. Very oddly and almost entirely unplanned, this is the second movie in this weekend that I've watched that took place after the Crusades,
Yeah.
during the Great Plague, and featuring Templar Knights. And also about resolving your own conflicts of belief in God and death and everything surrounding horrible human atrocity.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
It's been a fun weekend.
Yeah,
Jared.
so you've really tried to fill your weekend with just rip-roaring good times. What was the other film?
Black Death,
Black Death. Okay.
which is actually, I mean, I don't want to say it's a fun movie, because it ain't.
Right.
Compared to The Seventh Seal, it is.
It's a lot more lively, probably.
Yeah. I mean, as far as a movie about
Right.
the plague can go,
But I mean, what year was Seventh Seal made? Was it the 40s, 50s, 60s?
57, I believe.
57?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty probably standard for the time as far as like, I don't know.
Style.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
general style and camera angles and like
Right.
editing.
Lots of slow fades.
Yeah.
Uh,
The one that I thought was really awesome was when the plague-ridden masochists were traveling through the town, and there was such a large number of them that there was just this still crane shot overhead that like faded out once into like a portion of the crowd, like a half mile
leaving.
down the road.
Right, yeah.
And then, it fades into this other portion, which probably took an hour for them to get there.
Right.
And then it fades into another portion, and then it fades into like an empty street, and it's all from the same angle. So it's
Right.
like you get the feeling that it took like 2 hours for that procession, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah. There's also a lot of really long establishing shots. Just like, here's our characters walking into a church. The camera is like a mile away, just filming them riding up and getting off their horses and walking through the gates up to the door before we finally get a cut.
Right. I kind of like that stuff because it really does make you feel like you're there watching it.
Oh, I don't mind it at all. Definitely in like the modern age where there's a cut every half
Oh,
second
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes a director would really not do himself a disservice by maybe taking some time, establishing some shots, just focusing more on telling a story than shaky cams
Right.
and crazy angles and
Setting a little mood, setting a little atmosphere.
yeah.
Excuse me. I love the the image at the beginning that has like I guess the 2/3 of the screen on the left is all black from just like shadows on a mountain, and on the right side's like the waves crashing.
Right.
It's like the opening scene where they're reading from the Bible. I thought that was like, I mean, obviously black and white stuff. I don't know, nature looks really good in black and white, like
Yeah.
water and trees and whatnot. But I thought that was a really good establishing, the somber mood of the movie
Yeah.
right off the bat.
That was I don't think you would have the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I was actually thinking about this before we even watched the movie. When did color film become prominent in movies?
Let's see. Well,
Like was
Wizard of Oz was late 30s, right?
That's true. Yeah, there's that.
But in all the Technicolor, like Vincent Price stuff, that was 60s, wasn't it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Pretty sure that was 60s.
Like was at the point when this movie was made, was color a affordable, widely accepted film format?
I want to say no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it existed, but it'd be like, an up-and-coming director now doing 3D stuff, maybe.
Right.
It's probably like out of the reach of smaller studios. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I want to say it was mid-60s, but I don't really know. Interesting. But you're saying like it might have been a choice, like even if color was an option.
Well, yeah.
This clearly would have worked better in black and white than color.
Right.
Some things do.
Yeah. Just because I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore.
I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. That it was like, I don't know. Certain movies, just certain stories are better served minimally.
Right.
And this was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I love the way they do death. Like they don't try to give him like any sort of crazy, freaky tendrils or like
Right.
eyebrows or anything. I mean,
Yeah.
like, he
Just a dude.
bald, white-faced dude.
Right.
With a big old creepy black cloak.
Yeah. And he's not like some sort of malevolent creature or anything like that. He's just a sort of a dude doing his job.
Yeah. He's found him a good job.
Yeah.
Pays the bills.
A little over the top when that actor dies. When he's sawing down a tree.
Yeah.
That I could have done without that.
One of his lines I saw coming down Main Street too, when he says, "Nothing escapes you, does it?" And he goes, "Nothing escapes me, and no one escapes me." Like he should have just.
Yeah.
When the guy was like, "Nothing escapes you, huh?" He should have been like, "Or no one." That would have been much better, He just had to like dramatize his lines real quick. But he's deaf.
Right.
He doesn't talk to a lot of people.
Nah.
I guess he does talk to a lot of people. Like, everyone.
Well, yeah. Maybe the conversations are usually just short. No one thinks to just sit and have a chat for a while.
Yeah.
That takes place over like 4 days.
Well, I know Flamin' Carrot, in some early Flamin' Carrot comics, was faced with death, and he challenged him to a game of lawn darts. I can't remember how that worked out, but I know there was many more subsequent issues of Flamin' Carrot, so I'm guessing he beat death.
Right. So yeah, let's tackle that angle here. Like the fact that I've never seen this movie before, but it feels like I've seen tons of it.
Like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
There's that. There's an episode of Animaniacs.
Wow.
Definitely Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Just the whole
like it looks he looks the same.
looks
too.
the same, sounds the same. Only he speaks English, and
Right.
but he's got the Swedish accent. And they play Connect Four, and
I would imagine this was a movie at the time that was just so heavy hitting that it was remembered and
right.
homaged or parodied so
Right.
much over the years. Because it is like a very like enigmatic, imagery kind of movie. It's real simple, but
Yeah.
memorable.
There's an Invisibles cover that the
Oh,
final
yeah,
scene of the
yeah.
movie, I don't want to say parody, but it pays homage to
Yeah.
So obviously it made an impact.
It resonates with people.
But that certainly, it's definitely not the best movie I've ever seen.
Right.
It didn't change my life or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it like seriously. It was like 10 years ago because I remember I was renting videos at Hollywood Video, and the one on Stroop had this amazing foreign collection. Like unlike any video store I've ever been to, like in any city, like I've walked in video stores in like some hipper towns in Dayton, and
Right.
this place, this Hollywood Video had, I'm sure, hundreds of foreign films, and I was like, I need to watch some of these, because I'm used to just watching like, the Munchies or whatever.
Right.
And I remember I got Seventh Seal and I watched it, and I enjoyed it, but not enough to like ever check out any other of Bergman's movies.
Right.
So.
I know the star of this movie is Max von Sydow. I don't know if this is like the movie that like made him a big star or not, but I know he's been in some pretty awesome movies.
Is it the main night guy?
He's in the Midnight, yeah.
Okay.
He was being the Merciless in the Flash Gordon movie.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, because in this movie he's like a golden boy knight
Yeah.
with blonde hair. And... Wow, that's crazy to me.
And I also want to say that he was in The Exorcist.
Really?
I think he was The Exorcist.
Huh.
I can't attest to that.
Right.
But I think that
Right.
that is. 'Cause that's another movie on my list that we're going to be watching
Ah.
at some point in the future.
Sweet. So we're gonna watch a lot of slow black and white movies.
The Exorcist isn't.
That's black and white.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it?
No.
I would bet money.
All right.
Oh no, I'm not gonna bet money. Every time I bet money, I lose money. Well, the cover's definitely black and white.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's as far as I got. People said you couldn't judge books by the cover, so I was like, well, damn it, maybe film.
Well, to be fair, The Exorcist is based on the book and the cover,
Black and white.
black and white.
See, told you.
And pages, black and white.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although my copy kind of yellowed.
I might have been
With
thinking of the
age.
book. I might have been thinking of the book.
Could
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What did you think about the middle of this movie? It almost seemed like
You mean the part I slept through?
maybe it was where you slept through, because it almost seemed like they finished the movie and they're like, hey, it needs another 15, 20 minutes, because there's this scene where they're in the woods that's like, it's basically like a goofy, like, comedy scene that goes on, and like, it's not just like, a tension relieving little bit. I mean, it like
Right.
goes on and on. It's almost like a tangent.
The scene right before the actor kills himself
Yeah.
with a fake knife.
Right.
Yeah, that went on quite a while.
It seemed out of place. I mean,
Yeah, it really
I
did.
enjoyed it. Like if it was just that scene by itself, I'd be
Right.
like, that was great, start to finish.
Yeah,
But it was really oddly placed, and
it
and,
did
like,
seem much more like it suddenly turned into a screwball comedy.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Maybe there's like a second director, and like he was doing like the Swedish Three Stooges, and they're like, come on in and do a scene. This will be fun. He was in the studio for some reason. Because
Well,
it was weird.
One of the actors in that scene, the blacksmith, Plog.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, first of all, his name is Plog.
yeah.
I don't care if this is Swedish or not. That's not a real name.
Plug? Yeah, it could be. Could be. I've known a couple plugs.
But that guy, like from his first appearance, like even when he didn't even have any lines, I just thought he was a background guy.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck is that goofy looking, like slobbery fat dude doing?
With that enormous, ridiculous hat.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've only ever seen a bigger hat on R.J. McCready in The Thing. Yeah, he was definitely, like, right out of some, like a Three Stooges movie where, like, they accidentally get, paint on his clothes or something,
Right,
and he
right,
chases him with a big meat hook or something.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah. It's definitely out of place there.
And that's one thing that, like, I think too, though, even though like that scene went on a little long, this movie did have like a decent amount of like funny parts that made it not seem too pretentious, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't just clearly, like, you know, him trying to rip your heart out the entire movie. It was like,
Right.
there was a little bit of, like, you know, like, lighter fare in it.
Yeah, yeah. I think what I was worried the most about this movie was that it was going to be a lot more experimental, with just random shit thrown in for no reason. You know?
Just, like, random foreign camera angles that
Well,
are
just,
abstract and...
just like weird imagery or something. Like I just expected this to be like super experimental. Just
Right.
like, you know, suddenly we'd cut to like a shot of a hot dog or something, and it would decay.
yeah.
You know.
There'd be a man dancing and crying, and in his arms would be a locket with a picture of his mother that turned into Jesus or something
Right,
like
yeah,
that sort of
yeah.
thing.
So I'm glad it wasn't that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was relatively straightforward as far
Right.
as dealing with, you know, a lot of psychological issues. Like, there's a lot of like, there's a guy that sees visions of like death or,
Right.
you know, the Holy Virgin Mary or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't too pretentious, even though it contained a lot of that stuff.
Right. I think one of the last things I have to say on this movie is the juggler, the family guy, whatever. Possibly the worst juggler ever.
I didn't notice. Did he just basically toss him straight up in the air? and catch him?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a juggler. I can't juggle, but I think I could juggle better than that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're in, buddy." He just went to the studio and tossed the ball.
I mean, luckily he doesn't have to like do it throughout the whole movie.
It's
or
not like
anything that.
It's not. There's not like a juggle competition.
No,
It's
yeah.
not like Karate Kid or where there's an evil Cobra Kai juggling team.
But you know, I mean, you know, for the two scenes that he has to juggle, you know, at least like find someone who can juggle and just like shoot at an angle where we can't see the guy's face.
Right. Yeah. It wouldn't it have been hilarious if there would have been like a scene at the end where, you know, I think his name is Joff.
Yeah.
He starts to die and he's like, "Well, Death, I'll challenge you to a juggling match." And Death looks at the camera and he's like, "Okay." And it goes, dun, 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 and it ends. Because okay, I can't remember any of his juggling, but I remember no impressive tricks or
Yeah.
anything. So I think he did just kind of toss him right up in the air.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Oh, what else other than flaming carrots, lawn darts? Wasn't there another like famous instance of someone, you know,
Challenging.
aping the scene, with like a different game? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was, like you said, maybe it was just like a million different like little references.
Right.
But
No, Death was a character on Family Guy for a while, voiced by Adam Carolla.
Oh wow,
Actually, first voiced by Norm Macdonald, and then Adam Carolla.
it's a weird switch up.
Yeah, they've got similarities between them.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't like either of them, so.
I see. That's weird. I like both of them a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie. A little
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be more like something you'd want to watch when you're writing a paper on it instead of like
Yeah.
getting some friends together.
Yeah, it's definitely not an enjoyment film.
Right.
Definitely sort of like, this is how you know, it's sort of like a basics course on filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks awesome and it has a decent story.
Yeah.
And it didn't reek of like art fagginess either.
No,
It was
yeah.
like very just
There.
unpretentious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, not bad.
Probably the last time I'd ever watch it.
Same here. Yeah. Alright. Well, maybe we should just now end the show, since apparently, we go on too long.
Well, we really do. We can take a little break.
I don't know.
Maybe, we could look up whether The Exorcist is in color and whether this guy's in it.
Alright.
Welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Hello.
So, The Exorcist was in color. And it did have Ming the Merciless.
Yes, it did. Who has, we have attested to, been in a ton of shit.
I cannot believe the amount of stuff this guy is in and is scheduled to be in the next couple of years.
Still working.
Yeah.
82 years old, I think we figured out.
Yeah.
Seventh Seal was his 5th movie ever. He was in Judge Dredd. Of course, we all remember him from that.
Yeah. Oh, there was a Woody Allen movie, Hannah and her sisters.
Yeah.
What else? Something
He was the
Koja?
voice of Vigo in the Ghostbusters 2.
That's right. He was,
He's a Minority Report.
yeah, Minority Report, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been working.
He's busy. He's a busy guy. Yeah. Seventh Seal. Seventh son of a seventh son.
Ooh, there's a good son.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. We've been podcasting all day. We've been doing stuff, recording stuff.
Anything cool to report? Anything exciting? Something life-changing?
I don't believe so. Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything because I know you're going to read this, and I know at least one of our listeners is. But I picked up Grant Morrison has written a book,
Yeah.
like a no pictures book.
What?
Oh, you don't want it anymore, do you?
Oh.
Yeah.
I really need pictures.
Tell you what, I'll draw a picture on every 10th page.
Okay.
How's that?
All right.
And I'll get it to you.
It's going to be hell getting through those 9 pages.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote a book called Super Gods about basically his love of superheroes and their history.
Wow.
And I'm like not even halfway through it yet. I'm like 130 pages into it, and it is awesome.
Awesome.
That guy knows his shit.
Yeah. I look forward to reading it at some point when I can afford to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sold. This is unheard of. We sold 4 copies at Mavericks of a book.
Right.
Like, first of all, that we would sell 1 copy of a book
Right.
is amazing. Like, I think we ordered a copy of Alan Moore's Voice of the Fire, like
Right.
1 copy, and it sat there for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I think somebody bought it for half price or something.
Right.
But yeah, we sold 4 copies of Grant Morrison's No Pictures book at our comic shop, and I just reordered a couple copies the other day, so that's 6 copies.
That's awesome. Did you guys never order Warren Ellis's book, Crooked Little Vein?
I don't think we ever did. I know we had a Andrew Vox book that had, I think it had some Jeff Darrow spot illustrations.
Right.
I think you said, was it you telling me he's doing another one of those? Somebody told me that.
Warren Ellis?
No, Andrew Vox.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
He did he's the lawyer with an eye patch that writes comics. How many eye patch comic writers are
Nick Fury.
yeah, that's true. Damn it.
Daredevil?
He did
Was it-
Hard Looks. Remember Hard Looks?
Nope.
Okay. He did a bunch of Dark Horse stuff in the 90s.
Okay.
And then Jeff Darrow did a lot of illustrations for him.
Alright.
But apparently he's doing another novel, and Darrow's going to do more illustrations for him.
Maybe that guy should get off his ass and just put out some more Shaolin Cowboy, motherfucker.
Yeah. He's doing one more this year, right?
I did read that it's going to be published at Dark Horse now.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
hopefully.
He should just, wait until he's gone. Maybe that's what he's been doing. Maybe they're
Weird.
all going to be done in succession.
Was it with you? Was it with you that I was here looking up Jeff Darrow on Wikipedia?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if it was you or Joe.
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out if he'd ever, progressed on the Shaolin Cowboy movie.
Right, okay, that's right. So, yeah, that was you.
Yeah.
I get confused as to the people I have in my office.
Yeah.
Everyone is large and hairy and bearded.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so you, Joe, Amanda, all of you. Um, so yeah, so you didn't order any of the Warren Ellis novel?
No.
He's got a new one coming out eventually, I think. Or at least he announced that he's writing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's ever really,
Asked.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't go to Mavericks to read novels.
Well, no, yeah. I'm just wondering. Yeah. I can tell you this much: not a great book.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it short stories?
No.
Was it one novel?
It was a novel. And read exactly like a Warren Ellis novel would read. You'd think. Yeah.
Oh, we did sell. I know we had a Doctor Strange paperback from the late '70s
Really?
in Mavericks the other day. We sold it for like 50 cents.
What?
Yeah. We picked up a collection and it had a bunch of those. You remember those digest or novel-sized books, but they basically just scanned comic panels and broke up the pages.
Right. Yeah.
They
yeah.
put like 2 panels on a page.
Yeah.
We had some of those come in a collection, but one of them was a Doctor Strange novel.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure Matt Brassfield bought it,
Wow.
so you could always bug him about
That's
that.
crazy. I used to have a few of those books that you were talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I bought one at Kmart. It was an X-Men book.
Nice.
And it was like the one issue of X-Men that was not reprinted in Classic X-Men. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know they skipped one.
Yeah.
What reason, I wonder?
Because I don't think Chris Claremont wrote it. I think
It's like Roy Thomas or something?
maybe, yeah. But it was like right at the. I want to say it was like issue like 104 or like 97 or something like that.
Right around.
It was like right at the beginning of the all new, all different X-Men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 94 was the first Claremont one.
Yeah.
Smooth.
But it had Eunice the Untouchable as the villain.
Nice. Wow. It might have been Kmart as well, but I remember when I was a kid, I bought a Batman novel, and I can remember the cover. It's just like him jumping towards the viewer and just sitting in the background. And I was so excited. I was like, wow, I'm actually excited to read a book, like a book,
Right.
and like I'm a big boy now. And I got it home, and I think I read maybe 8 pages of it, and I just was like, I'll just put it on the shelf. And then that's the last time I've ever seen that book.
Was it an actual book, or was it like short stories?
I think it was. I never made it far enough to find out, but I think it was one novel. I think it was just one story.
So I had, I think I still have them there. I think they're at my parents' house. I had 2 thick-ass collections of Batman short stories, prose.
Right.
Yeah. I read the hell out of the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I mean, it seems like something that could work. It just seems like, why when you could read a Batman comic? Because he's such...
Right,
I mean,
right.
It's
And
like, it's like reading Penthouse for him, you know?
Right. But there were some that didn't work. I mean, obviously, in any kind of anthology, like there's going to be some clunkers.
Mm-hmm.
But the weirdest thing was that there was like 2 or 3 of them, which, like, they were prose stories, but they had like panel descriptions.
So they just had to fill it up with some unpublished comics, basically.
Yeah, like that's kind of what it seemed like.
Right.
There was a Max Allan Collins story in there that I still remember, called Subway Jack.
Huh.
And I think he sort of took the concept of that story that he wrote and turned it into a Vertigo book or something.
Huh.
Or just like a recurring character of his or something like that.
But it was a Batman story.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd
But
be curious if I would enjoy that.
Yeah. Maybe if next time I go to my parents' house, I'll see if I can dig it up.
Oh, yeah. But short stories, I'll at least read one.
Yeah. I don't know. Like when I was a kid, though, I always read books. So, like I didn't get into comics till I was like 10 or 11. So,
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was more of a comics guy.
of course, now I can't read either. So, now I'm just retarded.
Oh. Well, that's what we've come to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Grant Morrison book.
Good
I'll
stuff.
add it to the pile of other books I won't read.
He briefly, like, he doesn't really talk much about anything other than superheroes, but there was a paragraph where he kind of mentioned, like the whole 50s, like, EC Comics and
Right.
that whole legal battle and everything. And he referred, he's like, but I'm not going to talk about that. He's like, if you want to read about that, buy the 10 Cent Scare, that
Right.
book. And I've been thinking about reading that for a while. First of all, it has a sweet-ass Charles Burns cover.
There's that.
And then, but I mean, that just seems like something that would be really interesting to read about. So
Right.
I think once I'm done with this, I'm going to pick that up as well.
That's cool. Yeah, I've always sort of been interested in that book as well, but just never pulled the trigger on it. Because I'm not allowed into libraries anymore, so...
Right, yeah. Yeah, they do frown upon public nudity there.
Yeah.
There's just too many kids.
There's just something about books that just make me want to get naked.
Yeah.
Run around.
Right.
Yeah.
Smear your feces into them and
Yeah.
put them back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I
The
think
fr-
it's the smell.
Our square society
Yeah.
seems to have a problem with.
You're
You're
oppressing
expressing
me,
yourself,
society. You are oppressing me. You and your libraries.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, but I think I'm gonna see if I can order it through Mavericks, the 10 Cent Scare, so I can basically get it for free. I'll just steal it.
Yeah. You're wrong.
Mhm.
You're just wrong.
Yeah.
Everything about you.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Nah, okay, I would do the same.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna steal it. Cripes. I've got a bunch of store credit.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of stored debit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. We'll wait till we're off there.
Fuck.
No. Oh yeah, I ordered all the DC number ones this week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how's that?
I felt powerful.
Yeah?
I felt powerful. I didn't.
Like in what way? Like, just that you hold, you're holding the future of DC Comics in your hands? That kind of thing?
Yeah, 10,000 people in the world will be represented by my ordering.
How many customers does Mavericks have?
Like file customers,
like,
or
just loyal comic book customers?
I'm sure we have, like 350 or 400 like regular comics customers that either have a file or they come in on a
Regular basis.
weekly or bi-weekly basis. Yeah.
Of those, let's play low with that. Let's say 300.
Okay.
Of those, how many people are Marvel zombies?
Oh, are they only by Marvel?
Yeah, like no matter what, whether DC was rebooting or not, Marvel was their guy.
I'd say not even a third. I'd say somewhere between 50 and 60.
See, even that seems like a lot. To
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And what about only DC?
There's probably more Marvel zombies than there are DC zombies because
Right.
the people that read all DC also read a couple Marvel books.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of those Marvel guys, like, it's not like it was like when I first started working there, where they were like, make mine Marvel is basically
Right,
what their
right.
file card said. I mean, there's like guys now that only buy Spider-Man related or
Right.
only buy X-Men related, but there's not as many clear across the board, like 20 different Marvel titles, but no other companies.
Right.
I mean, there's not as much of that. But yeah, there's a lot of all X-Men people.
Right.
And it's all they get.
So this whole DC reboot for those folks probably not doing anything for them.
Probably nothing, yeah.
Right.
Like they might tell one of their coworkers about it or something,
Right.
but
And
about it.
so, would you say though, like you said, that there's not as many, but would you say that the people who are more diehard DC people, like what 10?
yeah. I don't know, 10, maybe 20 or 25, because we
Yeah.
got a lot of people that just only collect Batman. Like, there's a
Right,
lot
right.
of those.
So are those people now saying they're done with DC, or are they interested still?
We've had a bunch of people go, "Oh my God, what are they doing?" And then they add them all to their card.
Right.
So
Okay. Right.
like, I think they're very reluctant, or like, a little sheepish about where it's going. But
Right. But no one's outright just saying, fuck this, I'm done.
No, I haven't.
Okay, alright.
I don't think I've heard that exactly. Like I've heard a couple people go, they're pissing me off. They're wanting me to quit reading.
Right, right.
But I'm
But
not.
they're not quitting.
They're not.
Yeah, okay, alright. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, you feel powerful.
Yeah. No, not really. But it is neat to be like, I just ordered Action Comics #1. Yeah,
Right,
like
right.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all the comic stores must have felt in 1938 when they they called up Diamond and they're like, give them their account number and
Right,
place
right.
their order.
Yeah.
Similar to that.
Of course, they'd have to do that in between Magic customers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, hold on, somebody wants saddlebags of Jandors or something, and then they had to come back.
The name of magic shit.
But I ordered them all. We didn't do the thing where we ordered tons of all of them and then they're all returnable,
Right.
because you still have to like pay a percentage when you send them back and all that.
Right.
But we did order more. Like, I ordered like 20% more on most of the titles that.
You know we're gonna sell.
Yeah.
Like Action and Batman.
Yeah. I mean, so I think
2 copies of OMAC.
yeah. I think I ordered 8 copies of OMAC, and one's for me, one's for you.
Right.
So
Joe will probably get it. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
Probably.
No, I don't think because he's against the whole Dan DiDio thing.
What's that?
Dan DiDio is co-writing OMAC.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know. I mean, as long as Giffen's writing and drawing anything, I'll buy it.
Yeah. And it looks so Kirby.
Right.
And I don't know how much I've talked about it on the show, but I'm a fairly recent Kirby convert.
Yeah.
So it's psyching me up for that.
Right.
Yeah.
I can still remember, this is funny, like this just popped in my head when I was like 9 I'd say like 9 years old, me and my brother and my cousin, who are 5 and 10 years respectively older than me,
Right.
we'd always drive around to all the different comic shops in Dayton. And I remember this one time I was in the back seat and we were driving along and they were talking about comics creators and like all the different comics that we liked and whatever. And they said, they were talking about Jack Kirby and they're like, what do you think of Jack Kirby? And I was like, who's Jack Kirby? And I was probably 9 years old and I probably owned like dozens of the comics that he had drawn.
Right.
But I think that was still the point where the only artist I knew by name was Art Adams.
Right.
So that just popped in there.
Yeah, I can't remember where I first discovered Jack Kirby, but it was probably about 14, 15 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I was always sort of aware, like like he did, he created the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that, but I wasn't like aware of his impact.
Right.
And then when I was just like, oh, I don't get it, like I just thought his art was ugly and messy and just wasn't a fan. And,
Right.
so I can remember when I was 29 and maybe started changing my mind about that.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see how he's an acquired taste. I mean,
Yeah.
my brother, who's like probably like for being, and because like our little circle of people are into comics, but we're also sort of like amateur comics artists ourselves. We all try to draw. For someone who's really not interested in the creative aspect of comics, my brother is more into comics than anybody else I know of that type, and he's never liked Kirby.
Really?
Still
Huh.
doesn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And he doesn't vehemently hate him or anything. He's
Right.
just like, I don't like it. I don't really get it. And,
Yeah.
which I can totally see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that was me up until 2-3 years ago. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm with him, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way. But I've seen the light. I enjoy Kirby now.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a late fan. Yeah.
You passed away.
Huh?
You passed away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
Did you get to play chess or anything?
Nope.
Nope. Just
Nope.
not right for that.
I tried.
Backgammon? Or?
I tried,
Yeah.
and
you forgot how the horsey moved.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, I don't. All the there's different rules apparently for how each character,
It's dumb.
each piece moves. I don't get it.
Right.
I should just be able to jump them, and
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
King me. And
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, what?
No. Anyway, DC Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they do well because
Yeah.
I'd imagine like here's my greatest fear though actually is that they'll do so well because there'll be an article in the Dayton Daily News that will sell out like in an hour of everything,
Right.
and everybody's like, "Who did you ordering?" And like they'll just point at me and laugh
Yeah.
and throw shit at me.
Well, I don't think that's going to get to that though.
I know they're planning on doing ads on TV and
Right,
whatnot,
yeah.
but I don't know if it's going to be a fever like because I was working there, the day I think the last fever frenzy of non-comic readers that came in was when there was a Obama appearance in Spider-Man
Yeah.
a few years back, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty crazy, and we could have sold 700 copies that day,
Right.
but
What about? I guess that was before that. The Death of Captain America.
yeah, I think that was before that. But yeah, that was definitely one of those two.
I guess you may have one on your hands this Wednesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
what comes out now?
The new Ultimate Spider-Man is making his debut in the Ultimate Fallout book, and rumor has it that he may be a black gentleman underneath the suit, and that could cause a buzz
Or Fallout.
or a fallout. I have a story about that too, but let's
Oh.
talk about this some more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you may have something. I think it's already been sort of hinted at that Marvel's gonna spoil the thing in major news headlines like the day before.
Wow. Yeah, that'll probably be big.
So, yeah.
Klansmen will be out there protesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be huge. Actually, I could see that.
Yeah.
Was that ever an issue before where a superhero became black? Like,
The Punisher.
yeah, yeah, that was right. Oh yeah, that was like a crossover. Like Luke Cage was in there, and they were like
Yeah.
prisoners of war together or something. Nick Fury.
Nick
and,
Fury becoming black in the
Ultimates. Yeah, that
yeah.
never made it.
Yeah. Captain America. Black Captain America.
I don't even remember Black Captain
The
America.
the Truth miniseries.
Oh yeah, the Kyle Baker.
Kyle
was it?
Baker.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't seem to really do an uproar either.
Okay. All right.
And then, of course, there's been a Black Green Lantern, and
Right.
yeah, but like this might be one of those things where if they spin it, publicity wise,
Right.
it could be something.
You don't watch Community. You've never seen the movie Mystery Team.
No,
Okay. There's an actor who's on both of those, and I guess like back when they first announced the Spider-Man remake, like he is a black gentleman. Like he just sort of started a joke that like, hey, I want to play Spider-Man, and wow, just the biggest backlash of racist comic book fans to crawl out of the woodwork was amazing.
That sucks. Yeah, not too surprising, unfortunately.
Yeah.
People don't like their icons
Right.
tweaked at all, really.
But that's the thing with Spider-Man is that he wears a full bodysuit, and so in his secret identity, he could be anybody underneath.
Right.
Yeah, that's sort of the appeal of that.
Oh, was there a movie recently, a comic movie, where they changed a character from a white guy to a black guy?
Daredevil, Kingpin.
Maybe that was it. I know this struck me as weird because I remember there was a couple of customers in there talking about the Marvel movies and the changes they've made, and I just struck me as odd as they were talking about. I guess maybe it was Daredevil, and we'll just go with that and pretend that it was if it
It
wasn't.
could also be Nick Fury. Yeah.
And it wasn't that one because it was something that's already like an actual movie that was like he was in the whole movie. I just remember because the guy that was complaining about it was a black guy, and he was talking about how he doesn't like he's like, I don't like the way they changed him, and you know, he's like, that's just not right. And he's like, that's not the character, you know.
Right.
I was like, that just sounds so weird, you know.
Right.
Like obviously there are a sect of fans that aren't just saying like, I don't like him because he's no longer white like me, you know. Like
Right.
he was just saying like he doesn't like it changed, and
Right.
that kind of made me think of even differently about some of the white people that complain about
Right.
characters changing. In
Well, I think there's also like a segment of comic book fans who are just so hardcore geeks that any change to their beloved characters
Right.
is just the worst
Sacrilege,
thing you could do.
yeah.
Yeah. So there is definitely that segment that speaks out when something like that happens. But at the same time, a lot of those people are also racist too.
Right.
I mean,
maybe this guy was a little racist too.
yeah, it could be,
Yeah.
could be. I don't know. Because, of course, the thing with the actor's name is Donald Glover. Very funny comedian. You should check him out. You should definitely watch Community and Mystery Team.
I'd like to watch both, actually.
Yes. But, like when that thing came out that he wanted to play Spider-Man, and it was just a joke. He knew that he was never going to ever have a chance to play Spider-Man. But it did cause, such a disturbance that Sony had to, issue a press release. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're like, he will never play.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
But, a lot of the fan response was sort of like, well, how would you like it if the Black Panther was a white guy?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Prince of Africa,
Yeah.
or what's the city? Kandor. Battle City of Kandor. That's it.
Wakanda.
Wakanda. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little different than a nerdy high school New Yorker.
Right.
That guy could be a black guy.
Yeah.
Or an Asian guy.
Well, the actor, his whole thing was that, you have a nerdy high school student from Queens, whose family is poor. He lives with his aunt, and his uncle died from a burglary. What about that isn't a black guy?
Oh, yeah, he's got a point. Could be played by any
Yeah.
race.
But instead, we're getting the guy from Dr. Parnassus,
Yeah,
which is the only movie I've ever seen that guy in.
he was in Social Network. You didn't see that?
No.
Okay.
He was in that other movie you saw.
Oh, Never Let Me Go.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
I want to see that movie. And yeah, that guy's a really good actor.
You should definitely make sure that there are a teeming pile of talkative old ladies sitting 10 feet away from you when you watch Never Let Me Go, because I'm telling you, it adds so much to the film.
I'll rent it and I'll make sure that I watch it over
nurse-
at my mom's
Yeah,
shop.
okay, yeah, there you go.
While she's working.
Yeah.
That way the teeming pile of old ladies is right there.
It could even be the same people, because that's only like 4 miles away, where the theater I watched it at.
I don't think any of our customers would travel that far. Not into downtown.
Right.
That's where black people.
Oh, yeah, that's the kind of folk that read Spider-Man comics.
Yeah. And that actually ties into the Fallout thing. My mom owns a beauty shop where most of her customer base is really old white ladies.
Mm-hmm.
One of her customers made like if you just glanced at it, you'd think it might be a mini comic.
Oh, wow.
It's a book. It's a storybook. It's a children's book that this person made, and it's like the size of a mini comic, a standard mini comic.
That's
It's
awesome.
got an illustrated color cover. It's like something about heaven or something. I don't know.
It's like a religious tract /
Kinda,
Okay.
yeah. But my mom has it sitting out on her table in the waiting area of her shop for anybody to peruse if they want to or whatever, or ignore like I usually do.
Yeah.
And one of her customers apparently threw a gigantic shit fit because one of the characters on the cover was a black child.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't even like that. it was like specific to the story. There was just that there was a black child
Yeah.
at all.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Huh. That's too bad.
Yeah.
So you don't think she'll be buying the Spider-Man comic
Probably
for her
not.
kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Well, maybe tonight when I go home, I will advance order some of those issues of Fallout and see
Yeah.
if we can get some extras next week.
That's this week.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as long as they're not sold out already.
That's right.
Yeah. Because if we order them after the Fallout
Right.
comes, they might already be sold out.
Yeah. Just maybe, check out, comic rumor sites and see, what they're saying. I don't know.
Right. I think we've actually been selling out of Fallout anyway.
Right,
so I mean,
right, so-
might as well.
Yeah.
Good
But-
for you.
Whether it's a black person or a white person, it is the debut of the new Ultimate Spider-Man. So
Hey.
that's something. Yeah.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Could be a collector's item.
Could be a collector's item.
Could inspire some riots,
Maybe.
some murders, some capitalist gain,
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff coming out of this issue.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars. Ultimate Fallout. But speaking of comics,
Ooh.
it's my turn to pick one
Yay.
for us to read.
Yes.
And I chose something that is probably way different than anything else we've ever reviewed.
All right.
And
Is it a book without pictures?
it's Super Gods by Grant Morrison. No, I gave you a sort of a hint yesterday. I didn't really tell you. I was just making
Yeah.
sure it wasn't something you'd veto, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were super cool and said, I ain't vetoing shit, yo. I think that was your exact
That
words.
is exactly how I said it.
So I chose Evil Ernie, War of the Dead from Chaos Comics.
Nice. Awesome.
I believe it's the very final Evil Ernie miniseries that's ever come out.
Wow. So how old is that?
I want to say late 90s,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
I'm not positive.
Is Lady Death in it? Make an appearance?
I've only actually read the first issue, so
Okay.
no spoilers.
All right.
But
She's not in that.
she's not in the first one.
Okay.
So.
I look forward to this.
Yeah.
Greatly. Yeah.
Well, luckily, are you being sarcastic?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
this could be fun.
Yeah.
I'll say it's not a long series. I think it's either 3 or 4 issues. I think it's 3 issues. I'm
That's
pretty
cool.
sure. So,
Yeah, look forward to that. Let's do it.
Evil Ernie, War of the Dead.
Evil fucking Ernie.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's heavy metal.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Fucking metal, yo.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah, you gotta get up in like 5 hours.
Yeah, something like
That sucks.
that. Yeah.
I still gotta go home and do some eBay for my work, and then I gotta be there at 10.
Yeah.
So that's cool too.
Yeah.
We got shit to do. We're working men.
Well, we are. We're I don't know. I had something and lost it, so.
It's because you're so freaking tired from all the work you do.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. We'll see you next week then.
Yes.
Goodbye. You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.